in 8 days, we're going to Kansas City. 9 days, the season kicks off. 10 days, there's a game in Brazil. 12 days is when week 1 hits.
This is insane.
And
in Conta, Brazil.
This is going to be incredible.
one of the marquee matchups of week 1 that nobody's talking about, which means it's not on a lot of people's marquees, is what's down the street from us. Jim Harbaugh's home opener for the Los Angeles Chargers, and his ability to sell soap in this town will be put on display right away, because no team that comes in to SoFi owns the stadium more than when the Raiders come into town.
Factual.
I am not lying. I am not lying.
I don't think that's going to change.
This is
this
the
year.
honest truth. 100%. This is it. And so, what happens? Now, it would have been more difficult had Easton Stick been the starting quarterback. But it looks like it's Justin Herbert, because he followed Mike Del Tufo's roll your football, your plantar fascia problem on a baseball, whatever.
And it worked.
I imagine the Chargers have a better medical plan than whatever you got cooked up using baseball.
I stopped there on the way home, Rich. That's on the way home.
But that said, it was all on the line. Who knew? When Herbert wasn't even playing the final preseason game, all on the line in the Metroplex. When Justin Herbert and a bunch of Chargers and Dan Fouts' wife strolled onto an elevator, and it got stuck for a couple hours. And thanks to the first responders, they got out. Apparently, though, one of the reasons why they were able to make it, despite the insufferable heat on this elevator, one of the reasons why they're apparently able to make it out was through the leadership of Justin Herbert, according to his head coach, Jim Harbaugh. And this soundbite reads, if you read it, which I did first, like The Onion wrote it. Okay? When you hear it and you see it, it is an unmistakable Harbaugh file. Hit it.
Sometimes people that are standing on third base think they hit a triple, but they didn't.
The Harbaugh Files.
The remarkable things that came out of it was, to a guy, Tarheeb, young rookie player, it's like, wow, Justin Herbert's a leader. I mean, he was a rock. Kept everybody calm. And Jerry Fouts told me the same thing. Pulled me aside after they got out, and just how great Justin was, and everybody kept their poise, and getting those situations, and it's a test of wills, And I was proud of each of the guys, and the two women that were on that elevator. I mean, that's a win. You feel good about yourself. You were challenged, and it was a test of will, and you pull it down, or pull it in. One of the two. But and it was hot. As each person came off the elevator, I mean, sweating, and some had the shirt off. Justin Herbert, his hair was a little wet, but his shirt was completely dry. That's another thing that blew me away. The guy is just a beast. Who's got it better than? I wish those guys that were on that elevator.
The Harbaugh Files.
What? Yes. Welcome to Los Angeles and back to the National Football League, Jim.
I'm not going to ask you if you think he staged it. I'm going to ask you, do you think?
What do you mean staged it?
Do you think he was jealous that he wasn't locked in the elevator with them?
Maybe deep down. Maybe deep down.
Has anyone been? I have actually been stuck in an elevator.
Excuse me, though.
Oh gosh.
Hold on a second. Forget about that.
Oh, that's not fun.
You saw him firsthand at the run. You see that's not an act.
That's him.
That's him.
I know.
Literally, if we were if you were standing on the field, if this had happened the day before, and you were standing on the field with Cage as you were, and you got a chance to chat with him, he would have sounded just like that, and you know it.
I know, because
You know it.
he's from another planet, but,
Correct.
but in the best way possible.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And most entertaining possible.
Right, it's great.
But that's also a good coaching tool. Hey, I'm going to get the Dallas PD in on this
my
and the
God,
building.
this
We're going
guy.
to get some guys in an elevator.
He's
just,
already
just
accused
to test
the
my
Jet
quarterback.
of Rodgers wasn't hit when he had his Achilles popped, and now he's going full like tinfoil hat here. What is happening to this guy over there?
Pulling the power when the elevator.
That's what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens when you're in a fantasy draft that takes 9.5
I'm
hours
still
to complete.
recovering.
Well, it gives you a lot of time to
You
think.
lose your mind.
I'm
It gives you a
still
lot of time to
recovering.
think.
What I'd like to ask, in honor of Jim Harbaugh's very keen and insightful observation about the elevator as a metaphor and the actions of his quarterback as a window into the soul.
He called it a
as
test of
testament.
wills.
Okay, a testimony. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.